welcome everybody. It's Ukraine Update here with Starsky and myself. We might have a couple more of the team pop in. We might not. We don't even know right now, but it don't matter. We're good to go. There's lots going on, things to chat about and stuff. We got a couple of community shout outs to do coming up. But before all that, let's cue the music and bring the man in to see what the hell's going on in the world.
Hello, my friends. Can you hear me well? Dick, am I here?
You're good. You're perfect.
Oh,
and he froze.
Right,
okay, there we go.
Because for some reason I cannot see. Yeah, because for some reason I cannot see anything. So, guys, it's really nice to see you tonight. Yesterday, we had some stuff to do, unfortunately, but we have several updates from Ukraine. In the past week, approximately 7,000 Russian terrorists became better. They became better people, and unfortunately, we have information about some movements of the Russians, some advances of the Russian troops. In Avdiivka, on the flank, they used airborne troops, and with heavy casualties, they were able to move forward a bit and take control over the territory of country houses on the outskirts of Avdiivka. Which is not good news, because in the urban environment, of course, it's much harder to deflect their attacks, but at the same time, this also works both ways. And good news is that in the area of Krinka, Russian offensive operation completely failed. They lost plenty of tanks in the first day. Approximately 10 tanks and armored vehicles were eliminated. And there was big battle boom in Makiivka. A huge fuel storage used by the Russian occupiers was destroyed, and I believe that they still cannot put down the flames because the area of a fire is really, like, it's massive. So again, it was a big fuel storage, and Russians completely lost it. So currently, those are the main news that we have right now. I have a bit different background today because I'm talking from my secret hideout, and maybe I will use it in future as well. So, guys, how are you? How are you doing? How's things in your oblasts?
Yeah, well, you know, for me, yesterday was just, so much fun. I'm not going to get into it, but I do want to share something before we get any deeper here. This isn't really nothing to do with what we usually talk about around here, but give me 1 second, because you'll understand what I'm on about. You've got to be kidding me. The page is like, oh, you need to reload. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. What happened? Give me 1 second here. This can't be the way this works. Come on. What the hell just happened?
So meanwhile,
thanks.
today I had a meeting with the rest of my group responsible for the for our new project, our institute. And for those who don't know, we are creating propaganda study institute in Ukraine and Europe, and hopefully in the US as well. And finally, we have mutual view, mutual perspective on how it will work. It will be a big project. Basically, we defined all of our how to say it. We defined the vision, we defined our mission, which is most important, and of course we defined our content plan. So basically, before the end of the year, we will be already producing content. and we already have a platform. We have a YouTube channel that has to undergo some minor changes. My channel will be used as well, but my channel, guys, it was always rather private channel, even though I'm talking a lot on behalf of the National Guard and the Ukrainian defenders and the international community, of course, but at the same time, it's still something private, so to say. So we will have a separate platform, and before the end of this year, there will be some really interesting investigations that I'm sure you will absolutely like and love. So it was just a small announcement. How are you, my friend? Everything works?
Yes, I have figured this out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, quick little blurb here. It's in our description as well. But this is Jessie Simpson and his mom, Sue, that live up here in British Columbia, Canada. In 2016, he was attacked with a baseball bat. And now he's in a care facility and whatnot. Happy dude, real cool. Every year, what happens is for the last few years, his mom puts out a call on social media to get him some Christmas cards sent in from people. And he loves it. It's just the coolest thing in the world for him. And there's an address in our description, Jessie Simpson, P.O. Box 233, Savona, British Columbia, V0J2K0 is the address. And you can drop him a little card and say hi. I think it's a great thing to do. And why not make Christmas, good for everybody, right? It's in the description. Check it out.
Yeah, guys, you gotta absolutely do that. I'm sure that they will appreciate it, and we should do whatever we can to support such people and everybody in general.
It's a cool thing, right? So, now on to something we would normally talk about here a bit more. There's a report in Forbes here that Ukraine's developing a long version of the Neptune. I don't want to try talking about development timelines and stuff like that, because obviously that's not a discussion to have. But what it could do as a piece of armory or a gear in the war effort, that because you develop that on your own, you don't have any of these ridiculous restrictions on, oh well, we'll give you this but you can't do this and you can't do, it's your damn thing, do what you want with it, right?
Yeah, so basically we're not developing, we're rather modifying this missile because it's already developed. We already saw this missile in action when the Russian flagship Moskva turned into a submarine. And currently the Neptune missile has a range of approximately 250 kilometers, and it carries enough charge to basically destroy a ship. So we are modifying this missile, and there are different speculations regarding the new range that the new missile will acquire. Some say that it will be approximately 320, 350, up to 400 kilometers, which means that we will be able to strike Russian targets on the territory of Crimea and beyond, and basically on the Russian territory as well, which gives us opportunity to hit the targets like Russian strategic aviation bases and Russian land-based missiles, missile launch sites and things like that, as well as Russian ammo storages and fuel storages. It gives us big, let's say, big and beautiful tool to use against Russian terrorists. So hopefully we will see it in action really, really soon.
Supply lines and such, and the kind of things that could be achieved with that weapon in your arsenal would be fantastic, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, it's like a Ukrainian version of ATACMS, only with a bigger charge and produced in Ukraine. So we don't have to wait for our allies to supply us with those missiles. We will be using our own, which is, again, it's better than using drones, because drones have their own drawbacks. They have drawbacks, downsides.
Yeah.
Regarding speed, regarding different aspects like following the terrain curvature and things like that. And also they can be jammed, and so missiles are, again, it's a much better, it's a much more advanced weapon that can carry much more explosives due to the jet engine and the overall range and speed. So hopefully we will see them very, very soon, because as I already mentioned, it's not like we're developing them from scratch. I remember for the first time we started talking about the Neptune missiles, oh my god, like 15th, 16th, 17th year, probably 2017, something like that. So they are already made, they are already developed, and we only need to modify them. Maybe it will be done by changing the amount of explosives, maybe by switching those explosives to a different type. Because if, for example, this weapon is carrying aerosol, my god, I'm not sure how to translate it into English, aerosol explosives like thermobaric charges, this weapon can be also very, very effective, and we can use them against different types of targets.
Yeah. I got to catch up on a few shout outs here. I don't want to get behind, and I'm damn close already. So Jacqueline Hartwell had joined the membership of the channel pre-stream. So welcome. Thank you very much. Awesome. Danny Carver, member message in. Operator Starsky rules. Here, we'll go this one because then you get all the cool laser effects and everything. Yeah, there we go. Got to be an Apple user, folks. Raven7 with a member message. Much love to everyone. Stay with Ukraine. Fuck Putin. Couldn't say it better myself. And then that guy just came in with a $10 super chat, which I'll hit the little button and heart. And I don't know why it's not a heart. It turns out to be the channel logo. But that guy for $10, a certain bridge now has a big red X on it. That's well said, man.
Yeah.
And then, right? And then, T-Bone in the chat there had thrown a $20 Ko-Fi support in. As an American, I would just like to apologize for some of the actions of some of the crackheads we just happen to have in Congress. Apology accepted, but you shouldn't have to. They should have to. We know exactly who you're talking about. Deadbeat son of a fucking Jesus Christ. And politics has no business in a situation like this. This is about more than who's in power and who's in charge. This is about much more than that. That's short-sighted and nonsense. Nobody should be acting that way. Shame on them.
Yeah, absolutely. You shouldn't apologize, because they must apologize, and they must apologize to all the Ukrainian civilians who lost their relatives to the Russian aggression, and hopefully there will be this moment when they will realize that they made big mistake, because they turned out to be on the wrong side of history.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. We should do Janine Turblanche's shout out here as well. So everybody knows mercenary moderator Janine there. She's in Ukraine now working with the what are they called again? The food dudes?
Magic Kitchen.
Yeah, that's it. And they just had a situation where during an attack, a big hunk of what looked like to be like concrete or something landed on the van that they used to deliver said foods and whatnot. They need a little assistance. So CF Beauty and the rest of the mod team there will be dropping Janine's links in. There's a Ko-Fi as well as a PayPal, and the cash goes directly to them to get that van fixed. So that's a big one. Pay attention. Links are coming up. We'll get the links added to the description as soon as I hit the end button at the end, because then I won't have like 7 screens of crazy in front of me trying to keep up. Let's see. I think I'm good there. Hungarian. What's his Viktor Orban there? What the hell is this freaking guy's fucking deal? He's spewing off again. He's demanding that the summit avoid any talk of Ukraine being admitted. Like,
yeah. So actually, we have a small and a bit cringy update from Politico, and it's not about Hungary. It's about Orban and his legacy, because there's this publication dated. Sorry, unfortunately, I cannot see the date, but it's in Politico. You can check it out. Orban calls Ukraine one of the most corrupt countries in the world, and recently another publication on Politico was published saying Hungary seen as most corrupt country in the EU study finds, and basically this study was made this year that confirms that due to people like Orban and his minions, this is exactly what can happen to a country ruled by pro-Russian fox. So but it's not for us to criticize. I think that Hungarians, they're absolutely brave people, and they're responsible, and of course they can deal with any threats, external and internal themselves.
yeah, it's just more political nonsense, right? Crimea Jewel in the chat. The EU needs Ukraine, not Hungary.
The EU needs all European countries, basically, if we want to survive, if we want to be successful, if we want to thrive. We need all European countries, except Russia, of course.
Yeah, they're not a part of the EU anymore. Come on. That's just, at this point, they shouldn't be a part of anything. You know, signing up with Russia for any kind of economic deals like, China or whatever and blah, blah. You're just showing the world that you don't care whose toes you step on for what, for nothing. You're going to do it. You're announcing to the world that that's who you want to be. Unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen this, Starsky. Let me bring this on screen here. But this is a photo, allegedly, of a Russian truck wearing blocks of explosive reactive armor. I mean, that's just gotta be like, if this is real photo, and this is coming out of Forbes, I'm hoping, being like the financial thing that Forbes is, they fact check this in some way, but that's only going to ensure that when you guys hit them, you really do take them out for good. What the hell is going on here?
I really hope that Russians will make more such things. We need more such trucks in Russian army.
If they promise to use the reactive armor, the explosive reactive armor in this way, I'll start soliciting to the Canadian government that we should help Russia get more of this stuff. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, absolutely. So for people who don't know, this reactive armor is used on tanks. So basically, if there's an armor piercing rocket, like the one launched from the RPG-7, for example, which uses concentrated stream of heat to burn through the armor. So basically, what this reactive, or we call it dynamic armor, does, it's a piece of explosive. When the rocket strikes such dynamic armor, it explodes and destroys the rocket, basically. So rocket cannot produce this concentrated stream of heat directed straight at the armor, and it cannot pierce the armor. But the problem is, in order for it to be successful, it should be installed on tanks, because tanks have composite armor, and composite armor means that there's several layers of like steel and other components, and this armor is much stronger than this small charge. So basically, it cannot damage this armor whatsoever,
Right.
and because the explosive wave bounces off this armor directed at the rocket, it destroys the rocket, but the armor and the crew stays intact and alive. But the problem is the metal on the Russian truck is this thick.
Yeah, it's like installing this stuff onto a Land Rover Defender. All you're gonna do is turn yourself and anybody in the truck into confetti.
Basically, yeah, it's like creating an armored vest from grenades, in order to stop a bullet, but it will also effectively stop the owner.
Yeah. I hope that's a new tactic that they just grab hold of and run with. That guy threw in $1 super chat there. Thank you very much, that guy. Very active in support lately, that guy. Thank you. Yeah, so I think the moral of this story is be careful who your automaker and your maybe your coach builder. Let's call it coach building. If you're gonna have your automobile customized, just don't do it the Russian way. There'll be people all over the Kremlin soon with this shit wrapped around their ladas, man, just waiting to die.
Oh yeah, I would love to see that.
That guy there, $2 super chat.
They need more things like that.
Yeah. I love it. That guy threw in a $2 super chat there. What? No white wall tires? I love it. He's got a great sense of humor. Let me see here. We've got a few more. The show today is going to end like on the hour, regardless of when we started, because Starsky's got to pick himself up, move on quick, and get some more things done in life. And it's already a long day for him, so we're not going to push that too far today. Oh, there was this report here. This is from Ukraine Forum. But after that Russian plane goes down, the Su-24M, active of enemy aircraft has severely decreased. This was the Americans saying this as well. It seems to have scared a couple of people that the big mighty plane is not so big and mighty.
Yeah, now Su-24 on the picture, it's not Su-24, it's Su-25, so-called frog. It's NATO designation. But Su-24 is basically an attack aircraft. We have them too here in Ukraine. And it's a Soviet-built aircraft, not bad, but it's one of them. Let's say we can call it heavy attack aircraft according to our field manuals.
Yeah,
it's called frontline bomber.
Okay. Do you know anything about the report of one going down, like how it was taken out or anything? I don't know that it even states it in this. That's just, one went down, so everybody's kind of scared is really all it says.
Yeah, so apparently it was destroyed in the area where they did not expect any air defense and Ukrainian air defense active whatsoever, so they decided to cease operations. Like, remember, there was a bunch of airplanes and helicopters destroyed in the same day. I believe it was like in spring or summer this year when they were ambushed, and there were talks that they were ambushed by Patriot system or something like that, but they were destroyed basically over the Russian territory, which is fantastic, I think. So yeah, apparently because we receive quite a few air defense systems this year, and before the end of the year, we'll be able to also make such ambushes where Russians don't expect it.
Cool. Good. Awesome. I'm going to switch gears here and get some stuff in from the viewers. I just have to look and see where I'm supposed to start this stuff. Okay, there we go. I don't usually do question stuff, right? So I'm a little, just give me a second to get caught up here. So, Theresa in the chat had Operator Starsky. I read a report that drones are not getting to Ukraine. Is there any truth to this?
There was information that because of the blockade of the checkpoints at the border, some of the military and humanitarian aid didn't make it to Ukraine so far. So unfortunately, yeah, there are such cases.
Damn. I hate when anything gets in the way, especially politics, but anything that gets in the way, definitely not what we want. Okay, got a shout out there. Let me get to another one here. Leathercat, new member as well. At the Shills, hey, Starsky. Ask Starsky. Oh, okay, I got that wrong. Ask Starsky about his friend Roman's reaction to my name. Do you remember?
They absolutely liked your name, Leathercat. It's amazing. Yeah, for some reason it sounds really fun in Ukrainian.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That makes sense then. Yeah, cool. Okay, a couple more here. Let's see here. Starsky, have you thought about the possibility of working with Bellingcat? And that's from Edmirth.
Yeah, absolutely. Because today we decided to compile a list of organizations that conduct similar things like we do, and especially journalist investigations. So we will be absolutely working with them.
Cool. Okay, awesome. Let me see here. Oh, right, I got to mark that I read it. Otherwise, I'll get confused. Okay, I'm learning. Something blonde, who's always in the chat. Did Starsky say the name of the new channel yet, or no? So yeah, this is
it will be. Yeah, it will be called Propaganda Study Institute, and it will be available really soon. It's not online yet, but we're working on it. You will see it already this year.
Okay, cool. I'll switch over to here. That guy, super chat for $5 came in. I said it elsewhere yesterday that the mighty Russian bear has turned out to be a large pig with a tattered fur coat. That's a description that needs to be animated into a funny little gif or something, right? Absolutely. But speaking of, then should we not mention this whole election call and everything? There's well, I think if you translate his name in Latin, it actually comes out as sucker of Lapinus, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, a lot of people are saying this whole thing is just to make sure that he can show, look, everybody wants me and yada yada blah blah. Like, why else would he do anything even remotely like this in the middle of all of this chaos going on and whatnot? Sure, let's hit the ballots. Like, and does anybody in the live chat believe for 1 second that this will actually be a real election and not just people in the back room filling out ballots that say Putler?
Absolutely. So he needs a show, and he needs the show not to prove something to like international audience, because he doesn't care at all about the international audience. But he needs to to conduct this show for the internal audience and show everybody that, like, look, I'm supported by 125% of our
the dead are rising to vote for me,
yeah. Here in Ukraine, for example, whenever there's election, like presidential elections in Russia, we call them election of Putin.
Yeah, I might as well just be honest and direct about it, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so let me see here. Where was I? Oh yes, there was a Ko-Fi donation came through from Danny Carver in the live chat there, and he says, I dropped Janine a gift also. Good call. They need that van fixed. So that's excellent use of cash. That was a $20 Ko-Fi as well, just like the last one. So thank you very much. I do believe I am caught up there. I'm not really sure. So much going on. Yeah, let me go over to a couple of more of the questions here because I don't want that to get out of hand. There seems that room just seems to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Jonesy, I think that's Australian, $15 there. Boom, boom, fun. Love it. That's a super chat you can celebrate for sure. Thank you there, Jonesy. And yeah, here we go. Ohms, a member as well for a year around here. Did Starsky? Oh no, wait a minute. I got that. So America will build ammunitions with Ukraine in Ukraine. Yeah, I thought I heard something about this as well.
Yeah, something like that, but not 100% they will be located in Ukraine.
Yeah, I didn't have time as much as I wanted this morning to go over a few other things, but that seemed to me like it was more very. It wasn't 100% clear in the post that I saw, as if it's nailed down, set in stone. There's just talking plans kind of thing, right?
Yeah, because we already have several productions. Like shell productions and things like that. But because Russians play dirty, we will also play dirty and make sure that they will not be able to strike them with missiles or drones or whatever.
Yeah.
On the Ukrainian territory.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yvonne Wade threw in a $5. What's that? Swiss, the CHF one. It's the cool little hippo doing the clapping with GG. Good going. I think I do believe applauding the rest of the supporters and whatnot is how I'm going to take that. And then Adam Rounds jumps in with a $10 super chat. What would an election in Russia look like if Putler loses?
Oh my God! It will break the time and space continuum because it cannot happen. It just cannot happen.
Yeah.
Like Russians have this show like every single how much, like 4 or 5 years, and it's so ridiculous. When we had democratic elections in Ukraine in 2014 and then in 2019. We had independent international observers from all around the world. I bet this year, like next year, there will be some international observers in Russia, like North Korea, Iran, Syria, Cuba. Yeah, those amazing countries. So
the backbone of honesty of the globe.
Yeah, because the rest of the world, they just like, fuck, do whatever you like. Like we don't care anymore. You are fucking terrorists.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like one step away from like Ceausescu level of crazy, Even then, it's really close.
Belarusian observers as well.
Oh, yeah. 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 There'll be the ones that go around painting flower petals before he shows up to make sure everything's just the way he wants.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. So, we had Trine Daly in the chat there wondering, speaking of thermobaric, I'm hearing that some of the Shad drones are being loaded with that.
Yeah, some of the Shahed drones carry such charge. For example, the one that was painted black and we shot it down, it carried thermobaric charge as well. And we also received information. Like, remember, several weeks ago, I was showing this black new Iranian drone that instead of propeller, it has a jet engine installed, and we already have information that Russians already have those drones. So whether they're shipped to them directly from Iran or they assemble them on the territory of Russia, but they already have those drones, and they will be using them. The difference is that the drone equipped with a propeller engine, it has a speed of approximately 200 kilometers, not more than 200 kilometers. The ones with the jet engines will be able to fly as fast as 600 kilometers per hour.
Mm. Yeah. And that, like you were saying, alluding to earlier there's just so many, the benefits, right? That kind of speed, just takes a lot of defense out of the running,
At the same time, using missiles against those drones will be completely justified because jet engine is much more expensive than the propeller engine. Propeller is like, guys, if you remember my video with unboxing of the Russian Orlan, you would see that they even have like this tank made of empty Coca-Cola plastic bottle tank with the fuel and shit like that. But the jet engine is much more expensive. So
yes,
yeah,
like bicycle Rolls Royce. I mean, Rolls Royce is into jets, right? So, what does that tell you? Let me get a couple of shouts caught up here. The Ohm haven't come, and there's nothing we can do about it. Miyazaki reference for you there. $10 super chat. There seems to be more than one Putin. At this point, there is an argument to be made that they're on like the fourth clone already, and it's just gonna, go on like that.
Yeah, but again, it brings up this question, like, if, for example, the dude loses an eye, it means that all of his clones should also lose an eye.
Yeah,
it sucks to be his body double.
Yeah, that's true, right? No, sorry, we have to, right? You just carve it out with a dull spoon,
Yeah, or like it also works both ways, because, for example, if some of his clones loses an eye, then everybody else should also lose an eye, including Putin himself.
Yeah. The whole country should do it in support, as far as I'm concerned. Everybody should be given a dull spoon with some rust on it to get their own eye out, right? That's fair. I mean, that's how, yeah. Here at CF Beauty, our own CF Beauty, running the Shills account there in the live chat, $10 super chat in, and this is a good one. There's an argument to be made, Starsky, that you get a Discord server set up just for a small moderator team, so they can, watch for trolls in your live chat and this and that and blah, blah. And since the Shills team does research every week, we have information you can use for the new mission, like, the institute, right? Are you going to have some place we can send this stuff? And you could have a couple of rooms in a Discord category, and they can lay out the things in different categories and stuff. They're awesome at it. I mean, you should see what they do around here for us. Holy shit, man! Without them, we'd be fucked.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, we will need you guys to be able to collect data, because we will need data on the pro-Russian forces in your countries, in your states. And of course, we will need your feedback as well. I will tell you more a bit later when this institute is up and running.
Awesome. Looking forward to it, because I know there's just going to be a lineup of people that are going to be wanting and willing to go out and collect info and the whole bit. Here's a direct donation in that came in from Nelly Cat. Do not miss the food queue, operator Starsky. Do you have Christmas gingerbread cookies in Ukraine?
Yeah, we have those. They're not specifically made during Christmas, but we have those. and actually they're my favorite ones.
Mm.
Gingerbread cookies with milk taste fantastic. It's like something that I loved back in my days when I was a kid and I had hair.
We should give a shout out Mercado Media in the chat there. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, Andrew.
Hey, hi, bro.
Yeah, very much, very much. Cool. Always like it when somebody pops in, you know. I always try to make others when I can, but homeschooling dad and all, I don't get quite as much time as I wish to visit all the live chats. Where are we?
Mercado Media is bringing a truck to Ukraine. So basically, the truck that they were bringing to the Ukrainian defenders broke, and it took like 3 days to repair it. And now Mercado went back to pick up the truck and bring it to Ukraine to the guys.
Awesome. Yeah, because that's the thing. Once trucks are acquired and so on and so forth, I mean, they're vehicles, right? There's maintenance, upkeeps, and this and that and whatnot. So, you know, the continuing donations are very much needed and very much appreciated. Let's keep it up the best we can here. I'm looking at the time, so we're going to run ourselves on an 11-minute clock from here, so we can end them on the hour, and you know, try to contribute to the evening not being too crazy-tastic for them. Let me switch back over to the questions room here. Yes, see, that's what I'm talking about. We have a questions room and all that. Everything's prepared for me by an amazing team of awesome people. Bagera, is that how I say that? Is the donated money going to Ukraine? Some reports say it's frozen because of the sanctions. Well, I can speak for here directly that I have a link where I can put into a fund, where Starsky's unit can pull from and whatnot. And there's also, like if you're donating direct to Janine to help with the van, that money goes direct from her to them. So a lot of these fundraisers that are going on and stuff, that money's getting through. But there are issues with some funds that are being held up right now on the more international levels, isn't there?
I cannot tell you more details on that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've just heard like a whisper here and a whisper there, sort of. I'm unsure. I saw one thing that it was like a headline with half a paragraph underneath that said, coming up, the Americans might have issues with stalled cash due to political things. I really hope not. Mm-hmm. You know, get out of your own way, people, and do the right thing. Because when you're old and decrepit and you're sitting on your front porch, you are going to really regret doing the wrong thing just simply for political power over what? A 4-year period? Get out of your own way, you morons. We had a direct tip for $20 come in from Ruth with the message Slava Ukraini. And yes, it will definitely get the hearts out for that one. I'm starting to like this reaction thing that works on these Apple products, you know? There's times when it comes in handy. There's a super chat here. Mike71, $5 super chat. Down with Pootler. 100%, man. People like, even the supporters, if it's based on financial gain because of you're one of those people that would, you know, chum around with somebody like that. Think about it again. You're eventually going to be old and you're going to be accountable to your own conscience and whatnot. Do you really want to be there? I don't know, man. Humanity could do better. Let's see. We had a, okay. It says, oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, that's that one there. I just read that out. See, the one service is now giving me double alerts and it's screwing me up. So let me get right to the viewers again for a few more here. So, Murray Duncan, why are the Polish government not dispersing the truck blockade?
It's because Polish government believes in freedom of speech and in democracy, and they have democratic right to protest. So again, one of the reasons why we wanted to create this propaganda study institute is to expose pro-Russian movements in Europe. And for example, when we have information that an organization that is funded by Russians, like Россотрудничество or Kremlin or other organizations, we will have opportunity to expose them. Currently, it's not being made. Such operations are not being conducted, and we have pretty much zero investigations investigating the Russian opinion makers and decision makers in Europe and in the US. But soon we will see that on a huge scale. So this is one of the reasons why we're working on our institute right now.
Cool. Good answer, man. Good answer. Yeah, and that whole thing, you know, when you've got the right to democracy and stuff, it's even when it's really in your way, that's one of those moments where you got to grin and bear it, because those are the freedoms we fight for, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see here. JC, the Music Man. I love that name. At the Shills, Operator Starsky, how can I get involved with helping your RU disinformation organization? I have experience stuttering and countering disinformation and lies. So, yeah, and this goes right back to that other question, right? There will be avenues and channels coming up very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. We will address you guys and ask you to send us different types of information. We will be collecting Russian fakes. We will be collecting pro-Russian organizations operating in your area. And we will need a lot of support from you guys, and we will appreciate it.
Yes. Yeah. And, you know, the mission around here is going to be following that as well. You know, we will be bringing you headlines and news, but this show will be transitioning and focusing as much on the new as the current over time, for sure. I mean, it's his damn show. What do you think's going to happen? Yeah, a couple of quick shout outs here. So, let me see here. Edmirth for £5 come in with Starsky. Any chance on working with Bellingcat on Russian propaganda? I think that's a repeat as well, but it's a super chat, so it's getting out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Those guys are amazing. They did a lot of great investigations, not only outside Ukraine, but also inside Ukraine. And I consider them really credible. So, yeah, we will definitely work with them.
Awesome. We have Crazy Cat 1 for €5. Starsky with the cool shark in the thing. That's awesome. Is it true the artillery shells from NK don't work, or they blow up the orcs when they drop them and screw Putin?
Some of them are really old. Because again, North Korea is like Russia in miniature. It's like Soviet Union that never evolved.
Yeah.
And a lot of their shells, they were stored in bad conditions, and currently those shells are being sent to the Russians. They were produced like half century ago. So of course, a lot of them already don't work and malfunction. Sometimes those malfunctions can cause some of the Russians become good, right? And this is what we're looking for.
Personality improvement.
Yeah. Social lift.
Yeah. Kimball came in with a $10 super chat there. It's got like a dancing #1 with a balloon and whatnot, and it has a great message. Down with Poot Slop. I like that one a lot. I'm going to have to remember that and use it now and then. And then Benjamin the Fifth, or Benjamin V, I'm not really sure there. It could be counting. Gifted five Shills memberships. Huge thank you. I'll see if the thing gives me the names of who got it after. But thank you, Benjamin. Huge thanks. And then Yvonne Way, a member for 8 months around here, and somebody who's a huge supporter and channel family member. Ukraine flags with Slava Ukraini. So we'll get the hearts going there. Yeah, there we go. Starsky, it's reacting quicker now. Do you notice? It doesn't seem to take as long to get those little things to come up.
Yeah, by the way, but I hope they add some new reactions, because we need them. We need like those.
Yes.
For greeting Russians, for example.
Yeah.
And, much more.
I think it would be really cool if we could, custom a few of our own in, right? You could have a hand signal to promote your brand on the, and a few things. And yeah, that could be pretty cool, right? Michael Michaels comes in with a couple of from New Zealand there. Love to Starsky from New Zealand. Good shout. Good shout. We are just pinning on the end of the stream here, everybody. So let's see. We'll do big thank you to our support team here that help us do the shills, and we'll be helping Starsky as well. That's CF Beauty, who runs the show. And then you got Catalin T, BME, Shayna Caldwell, Liam Wakefield, and Allie as, the core help moderator team, research, and all that good stuff around here. So thank you, everybody, because like I've said before, we would be screwed otherwise.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much, our dear moderators. And also, Ali asked me to upload some specific video to my channel because she needs this link, and I'm talking about the Ruskaya Dusha. So it will be uploaded separately in my shorts, and you will be able to share this beautiful part of Russian culture wherever you want.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. I'm going to make a gag with that to use on the show coming up too. So remember, everybody, pressure your local, regional, and national governments to keep support for Ukraine up. As much as we do, and we do a lot, collectively with our fundraising, they have the real bucks, and we got to keep on them, especially with, political happenings in the United States and stuff right now. If you're an American, get your voice heard. Get a stamp, send a mail, email, phone call them. I mean, if you're having a cigarette break, especially if you're having a beer, you might have a little attitude in you, then call them for sure. But keep the pressure up, because this is what is definitely needed. That guy sneaking in with a last super chat for a couple of bucks. Unfortunately, there will always be trolls. Yeah, that's true, especially on some of the topics we get to around here. Very much so. So, Starsky, floor is yours. Last words of the day, my friend.
Thank you, bro. I think that, of course, trolls will be always out there in the commentaries, but again, regardless of the informational warfare, we have democracy. We always have different opinions. That's why it's a normal thing. And also, trolls often help with the reach and with the algorithm, because if we have 10,000 trolls posting bullshit in the commentaries, basically they promote your content for free. And more people will see your content instead of their commentaries, which is amazing. So Russian trolls, thank you so much for cooperation. And after the Russia's collapse, you will probably receive some medal from the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. And guys, I would also like to say thank you so much for supporting Ukraine. This is the proper thing to do. Stay awesome and be safe.
Take care, everybody. We will see y'all soon. Remember those 2 words, Slava Ukraini. Take care, everybody.
Head on.
It's over. Go home. Go.